A recent study found an average of 74,000 emergency room visits occur each year due to lawnmower-related injuries, primarily due to flying objects and debris. In this video, Virginia Farm Bureau Insurance Safety Director Bruce Stone offers tips on how to avoid an unplanned trip to your local hospital for something as common as mowing your lawn.
First of all, we ought to make sure the yard's clean. No debris, because these lawnmowers at operating speeds, the blade's turning about 200 miles an hour. It picks up debris, it shoots it out just like a bullet. So we want to clean the yard. Second thing, we want to make sure our mower is in good condition. We want to service the mower, check the oil, make sure the blade's good and sharp, make sure the wheels are adjusted to the right height to get the right cutting, and of course use fresh gas and fill it before you start. Just some general do's and don'ts. If you're using a push mower to cut your grass, cut across the slope. If you're using a riding mower, cut up and down. And the reason being, if you use a push mower across the slope, if you slip, you slide away from the mower and it doesn't slide to you or vice versa. On a riding mower, if you ride up and down the slope, you reduce the side overturns.
Stone stresses checking the safety equipment on the mower before you start, a very important step in eliminating an accident.
Most of your new push mowers have safety controls that disengage the blade should your hands come off of the handle. Very important function. This blade, if you let that handle go, it'll stop immediately. And that's what you want it to do. You also want to make sure that all of the guards and shields are in place. And one of the things I'm looking at here, this is a guard at the back of the blade. Should you slip, it keeps your feet from going up under the deck. On this side, you have what we call a deflector shield. And what this shield does, if it does pick up a rock or debris of any kind, it deflects it to the ground and will prevent somebody from getting struck out in the yard. Before you tilt this mower up to check your blade, disconnect the spark plug so that when you're functioning to get that blade off, you don't accidentally start this mower.
Obviously, you should never let children operate a lawnmower, and you should never try to cut wet grass. But Stone notes that there are several things to keep in mind before you even pull the cord.
First of all, let's talk about going to the store and getting gas. When you take your plastic container, and I say a plastic container, this is an approved gasoline container. Keep in mind, gasoline, the color for this is red. Always use an approved container. When you go to the store, take this out of your vehicle, set it on the ground before you start pumping your gas. What that does is dissipate any static electricity that could have built up, which would potentially cause a spark and a fire. When you come back home, fill your mower up before you ever start. That way you aren't filling a hot engine with gasoline. You cut your grass. If you run out, then do the smart thing. Let your mower cool down. Go in the house, get a glass of water, relax a few minutes, then come back in and fill your mower up with gas and continue working.
Your mower comes equipped with safety devices, and Stone stresses they should always remain attached.
Whether it's a push mower or whether it's a riding mower, you want to keep all your shields. If you got a riding mower that has a deck on it, that has a bunch of pulleys and belts, you want to keep the shields on that so your feet don't get tangled up in it. With the deflector shield, with the shield at the back of the mower, all of these are there for a reason. And the last thing I want to mention, do not disable any of your safety devices. If they break, fix them before you reuse the mower, but make sure they are working.
Go to our website to learn more safety measures to help protect your family and property, as well as learn more about the Farm Bureau Advantage.